Okay, let's do this thing. Go live. Go live. Okay, welcome everybody to Scooter Chat Live number 6. This is Chuck with Electric Scooter Guide, and today we have a great review and a great show for you today. The Levy Electric Scooter that everybody's been talking about and asking us to do a review on. We finally have that the review done. We're premiering our 14-minute review right after the show. And during today's show, I will be giving kind of my impressions of that scooter after spending weeks with it. I'll go through a few of the features, and normally we don't allow for questions during the during the show. I always answer them at the end. But in case of this, in this case, we have Justin, who is going to be kind of like queuing up all those questions about the Levy. So while the Levy is going, you can ask those questions. All right. So hope the stream looks good for everybody. Welcome to all those that are logging in on YouTube. Already there's a bunch of people logged in on YouTube. This is great. And thanks for everybody that's logging in on Instagram. Make sure to give me some hearts when you ask a question, so that way I can kind of like see it on the screen, because I got a lot of screens open here. We do this show every Tuesday at 12:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So just kind of check in. We are trying to premiere different videos, different reviews at right after. So today at 1:30, so in an hour from now, the Levy Electric Scooter review, full review, technical, in-depth, detailed. It's the best review online right now. Well, it's not even online now. It's premiering in a little bit. That'll be perfect. So I just want to tell you real quick, if you're on Instagram, make sure to follow us. If you're on YouTube, make sure to subscribe. We are Electric Scooter Guide. We run the subreddit for electric scooters. We run a Facebook group for electric scooters. We have our Instagram, and we have the website electric-scooter.guide. The reason why we exist is because the electric scooter market is so new, and as such, it's really confusing. I know when I bought my first electric scooter, it took forever to figure out what is going on. Most of the time, you can't test electric scooters. You don't know, they're not regulated, so you don't know if it's going to kill you, and some of them might kill you, right? So, well, they probably won't kill you, but you got to be careful on them. So what we're doing is we're trying to simplify the electric scooter market to help consumers figure out what is the best scooter for you. So in that sense, today we have the Levy Electric Scooter. It's a $500 electric scooter. So it's perfect for somebody that's just beginning and getting, that's new into the electric scooter market. Typically the $400 to $500, well, even $300 to $500 price range is really, really good for your starter scooter. And there are good scooters at that price range that will work well, that have actual mechanical disc or drum brakes. There are good ones out there, but there's also a lot of not good ones. So what we always recommend is, check out our reviews. We tell it like it is. We're not paid to make these reviews. We just do them. We do have affiliate links, but we have affiliate links with basically everybody. So we're not, biased towards one or the other. And there are scooters that we make money on, but we don't recommend those. So, the other thing is, if you have questions during the show, feel free to live chat them into YouTube or on the Instagram chat. When we're not, if you're watching this and it's not live, so we post this YouTube video later. So if you're watching this later, go to our Facebook group. That is where you can ask your scooter buying questions. And not only we will respond to you, but the rest of the electric scooter industry, well, not the whole industry, but a lot of scooter enthusiasts are on that Facebook group, and they will respond to you as well. That's really the best way to do it. Okay, so I'm gonna make sure the YouTube stream is still going. It looks like it is. I'm getting some errors, but well, we hope it is. Okay, So news and updates, and then I'll get into the Levy Electric Scooter review. Okay, so let me just make sure YouTube is still working. Okay, so we got some new scooters that are going to be coming. We'll get the reviews out, but we got a bunch of new scooters in this last week. We got 3 new scooters. We got the Boosted Rev. That's been waiting at my co-working space for a long time, and that the box is still unopened. We just need to get to it. I'm excited about that one, though. Everybody's talking about it. We have the Fluid Freeride Wide Wheel 2019 edition that we're super excited about. We have the older version as well. It's a really fun racer type scooter. So we'll have the review. I think that's going to be the next one. We also have the 08X, which should be the next one coming out next week. We should have that review out for you next week. And then there's a box waiting at the co-working space that I work at, and that is the Cobo Mantis. That box is sitting there as well, so we need to get to those. One other thing, we are growing fast, and as such, we are looking for a new social media. We're looking for a social media intern. So if you can be kind of anywhere in the world, so if you're interested in that kind of thing, drop us a line, go to Electric Scooter Guide, and just, let us know that you're interested. Okay. All right. So without further ado, let's talk about the Levy Electric Scooter. So this is the scooter that's right behind me right now. It's $500. So that's the biggest thing, right? So for initial kind of, people that are new to the electric scooter market, $500, $300 to $500 is kind of what you need to spend. So this scooter is $500, and if you notice, it looks quite similar to the Xiaomi M365, but it is not the M365. It is a different scooter. So really kind of the major differences are it's got a bigger motor. It's a 350 watt motor versus a 250 watt motor. And as such, it's faster. It has tubeless pneumatic tires. So we always recommend pneumatic tires for everybody that is looking for a very safe ride for an electric scooter over solid tire scooters. This is dual pneumatic, but unlike the regular pneumatic tires, it is a tubeless variety. So that means you're gonna be less prone to flats and punctures, things like that. Also, you will also be able to fix the tires a lot easier. So we actually did have a flat on the rear tire. I popped in slime, right? 4 ounces of slime, pumped it back up, spun the wheel, and I'm on my way in 5 minutes. So when you're gonna get flats on any tire with pneumatic, any pneumatic tire, you're gonna get flats. However, this tire is extremely easy to fix if you have tire slime, which costs like $9. I think we can link to it on the video description, something like that. So I would definitely, check that out if you're going to get this scooter. The other and probably the most interesting thing about this scooter is that it has a swappable battery, and it's really the first major mass market electric scooter with a swappable battery. This is a swappable battery. So I'm not a strong man. This thing weighs 3.3 pounds. It's super light. I would have thought it would be heavier because I thought most of the weight in electric scooters were due to the battery, but it's not. It's 3.3 pounds. I believe it's 19 inches long and it's 2 inches in diameter. So that is the battery, and it's about a 10 seconds to put it in and out. In the upcoming video, we'll show how to put it in and take it out. It's actually keyed so that you can't put it in the wrong way. So it's like the super, super easy. Okay, so let me just go back to my notes here. So range is going to be around 15 miles in the eco. There's 3 modes. 15 miles in eco. It says about 10 miles in sport. Well, actually, it says 8 to 10 miles in sport. We got 8.9 miles on our range test. So that was pretty much expected. If you're going to get this scooter and you have longer than about a 6 or 7 mile commute, just get the second battery. It's $140. So it does raise the total price of the scooter, but it is it is kind of worth it because you can just take it with you in your backpack. Okay, I'm seeing some of the Instagram comments. We got a lot of people on Instagram. I'm seeing your comments. Let me just read them. I like swappable batteries. How much swappable? Yeah, so the swappable battery is $140. I can't actually see. Sorry. Well, I can't read them that far away. Justin's going to queue up the questions for me here that people are asking on Instagram. Let's see what else about the scooter. So the weight is similar to the Xiaomi. It's really easy to pick up. It's 27 pounds. Really nice. It's faster than the Xiaomi. So the Xiaomi is limited to about 15 and a half, 16 miles an hour. This scooter is actually pretty quick. I think they say it tops out at 18. It actually, for us, we got it to 19 on flat. Yes, $140. $140 is right for the swappable battery. Okay, so hang on one second. Just make sure my sound is good. Okay. So actually the scooter, if you just kind of like run the accelerator the whole way, you'll get up to 20 if you're not going. So if you're lighter than me and I'm 165 pounds, you should be able to get it to the same 19 or 20 miles per hour. So then let's see. The other thing I wanted to mention was the like kind of the throttle mechanism. It's the first throttle mechanism that I've seen that actually is completely linear. Most of the time it's like all or nothing and you have one step on the throttle. It's like on or off and they jerk you. This scooter still will jerk you because it's got a lot of pickup, right? And we turn zero start on. It's the one where you don't have to kick to start. So we turn that on. But what happens is if you want to modulate your speed, you can actually just push the thumb a tiny little bit harder and it will modulate your speed. Reading. Okay. The other kind of amazing thing about this scooter is that it comes with, a 6-month warranty, which is about average in the industry. But what's really unique to these scooters is that Levy is doing about as good of a job with support as any scooter in the industry right now. So when I say support, I mean that their email response time, the number of parts available for you, all those things are actually tops in the industry. So we did an anonymous email support test and Levy was, I think, second or third fastest with a 7-minute response time. And this wasn't from, Electric Scooter Guide's email address. We made an anonymous email address, did this with 40 something different electric scooter sellers. They got back to us almost the quickest of anybody. They'll also send you, during the warranty period, they will pay for shipping both ways. So if something happens to your scooter, you don't have to pay the $100 each way for shipping like you have to do with many other companies, which is a huge benefit because we're at the beginning generation of electric scooters. And as such, they all have some issues, right? And out of the box, a lot of them do work, but things happen with electric scooters. And having a seller that you purchase from that gives you good support is really, really key. I can't tell you how many times we've had emails from people that buy stuff on AliExpress and they... Yeah, okay, I see I got some questions. On AliExpress, and basically AliExpress sellers, most of them give you no support, and then they email us thinking that we're a tech support company. We don't have time for that. So like buy from a company that at least has a phone number and email. If you want to go higher, find a company that actually responds quickly and pays for the shipping and all those things. Levy is about as good as it gets when it comes to that kind of stuff. Maybe they're the best, actually, because I can't think of any other company that pays both ways, that has the response time that they have. And after you're out of the warranty period, right now, I believe they're even shipping you extra parts for free, including the shipping. I believe the owner mentioned that he's going to have to start charging for shipping, which is like $10. So even if you're after the warranty period, they're still right now sending you replacement parts at no cost or a very nominal cost. Again, like there's kind of nothing better. So when you're comparing this scooter with like the Xiaomi, GoTrack, Swagger, all these scooters that are like kind of in that price range that are also pretty good, The Xiaomi, after 30 days you buy on Amazon Prime, you just ship it back. But after 30 days, it's basically a nightmare to like figure out how to get replacement stuff, which is kind of okay for Xiaomi because they have such a big kind of community of scooter users, and you can get parts and stuff like that. But it's more do it yourself, right? For the Levy, you'll actually get like really really good support. Okay, it looks like we got some questions coming in on the Levy. How much does a battery cost? $139 on their website right now. You could check that. There should be links to the purchase link in the video description right now. You could check that. Where can you test drive the Levy? Dude asked Levy for a test ride, but no response. Okay, I think I wasn't supposed to read that second part. I don't know where you can test ride the Levy. If you come to Berkeley, I'll let you ride it. Otherwise, what I would do is I would contact Levy and ask them if they have any dealers. I think that they are building out a dealer network, but just email Levy and tell us how quickly they respond, because I think they're going to respond pretty darn quick. Basically, if you've read a Xiaomi M365, it's extremely similar to the ride, just a bit faster, better top speed, better acceleration, hill climb was better. All the stats are going to be in our video, but all the stats beat the Xiaomi M365. Even though that's a good motor at 250 watts, this 350 watt motor does climb the hill faster. I think our 0 to 15 miles an hour time was like 6.1 seconds, I believe. Xiaomi was like 8.2 seconds. So, I mean, it beats it for sure. Yes. So, okay. All right, so then I'm going to, Any other questions about the Levy? Just ask, and we'll get to those. All right, so in summary about the Levy, I would say it might be at $500. With one battery at $500, if you need the range, if you need more than 9 miles of range, you may need to go with the Xiaomi M365. Other than that, or if you have the money to spend on that swappable battery, then I would say that this scooter might be the best in that price range. They're at $500. There's not a lot above that Xiaomi until you get to like the Horizon at $659 to $729, or the 08 at around $700. So at $500 with a shorter commute, I would say it's probably our pick. For a longer commute, you either need to buy the extra battery or go up to the Horizon. But most, the average electric scooter owner rides about 6 to 7 miles a day. And of course you can charge, you just bring an extra cord and charge it at your work, under your desk or whatever. And that's what a lot of people do. Okay. Cool. All right. Moving on to questions. Okay, these are questions from last week. I will answer questions from this week as well. Is the Levy... Oh, I see a question popping up on YouTube. Is the Levy scooter a single or dual motor scooter? It's a single motor scooter. The motor is in the front wheel and the regen brake is in the front. The disc brake is in the rear. It also has a third brake, which is the foot brake, which, people don't realize, but it's right here. I don't know if you can... Oh boy, that was a bad move. That'll have to go in the blooper section. There we go. Whew. Glad I caught that. Good reflexes. Yikes. Geez, Peter, you're causing problems over here. Anyway, it's single motor. All right. Next question. I see other questions on YouTube. I'm just going to answer these about the Levy. So Michael asked, second battery is just a spare. Yes. So the second battery you would get would be your spare battery, but you can like pop it in your backpack, whatever. It also charges separately. There's like a little port on the battery itself where you can charge it, which is very cool. Another person asks, single motor, yes. Does it have suspension? It does not have suspension. So for damping, right? We think of damping as like a scale of 1 to 4 typically, right? And it is 1 and 2 are front and rear. Are they pneumatic or solid tires? And 3 and 4 is, does it have front or rear suspension? Typically, right, the most comfortable scooter is one that has dual pneumatic and dual suspension. This scooter, and I don't think there really is any scooters at this price range that have suspension. You have to get up to the Horizon level to get that, or 08 level to get that. And then that's a really good suspension. But that's actually one pneumatic and one solid tire. This is dual pneumatic, so you have damping from the pneumatic tires, which is great. Okay, next question. Let me see here. Oh boy. Someone says, I'm 6'1", 240 pounds and live in New York City looking at e-scooters and am curious, is the Levy scooter handlebar smaller than most? No. So the Levy handlebars, I believe, are 17 inches across. We measured them. So that's almost exactly the same as a Xiaomi. There are some pictures coming up in the video review where you can see it's not wide, right? It's not like a 010X where they're super wide handlebars, or like I have the Wolf Warrior right in the corner here. You guys can't see it. So it's narrow. So if you don't like that, that's how it is. It is nice for stability, more narrow handlebars. You can, if you have to ride with one hand, sometimes people do. It's better for like stability a lot of times, but I don't recommend riding with one hand. Another question. Yeah, voltage or amp hours of the battery. It's 230 watt. I believe it's watt hours. Someone please correct me. Oh, I see Justin is actually going on there and answering questions too. Great. Okay. All right. So next question from last week is about the Activo scooter. Have you had a chance to test out the Activo scooter? That is a scooter, if you look it up, that is a hubless type of scooter. And we have not. I don't even know if that scooter's out. So what? Someone can correct me. And a lot of scooters you can pre-order, and companies are doing this on Indiegogo a lot of times, where they take money from you and then they just have your money, and you may or may not get a scooter, or you may or may not get a refund. So I don't think I've seen anybody review that scooter on the Reddits, on Instagram. I haven't seen it. I've just seen pictures of the development of it. So until someone has it, or if they want to send us one, we're happy to review it, but I don't know. Next question. Can you add a seat to the Cobo Wolf Warrior? Nope, you can't add a seat to it. Sorry. Let's see. Next question. I want to order the Horizon. This is the fluid free ride Horizon that they're talking about, but the 90-day warranty scares me. That's understandable. Most scooter warranties range between 90 days and 1 year. Like Mini Motors USA is 1 year, but those are multi-$1,000 scooters, and hence they're probably built a little bit more like a tank. The Horizon is the 08. Zero, which is Rev Rides in the United States, does offer a 6-month warranty. However, I believe that scooter is not even available for pre-order. So you can put your email in there, but I think they're a few months away from having that scooter. The Horizon is the same. It's the same manufacturer as the 08. So you can look at the 08 at Rev Rides or falconpev.sg to try to get one a little bit sooner. And they offer a little bit better warranties. However, with the same scooter, and we've ridden that scooter a lot, it's kind of like my go-to scooter right now because I don't mind carrying it up and down stairs. It is I can just say it is absolutely robust. I'm not going to guarantee that you're not going to have any problems, but we haven't had any problems with it. And we've ridden it almost 200 miles now. Again, after a long, long time, who knows? But overall, that scooter's highly rated. Post-purchase support on that scooter is like very, very good for the Zero brand. And the Horizon, they do a great job of helping their customers as well. The owner is really involved in the business, and it's a good company. Okay, next question. Have you seen the Turbo Wheel Lightning? Is it similar to the Zero? It's similar to the 09, but it should be better according to them. I'm in between those and the Fluid Freeride Horizon, I'm assuming. I want something 45 pounds or less with a lot of amperage, 600 to 1,000 watts. What do you recommend? So actually, for those stats, those are the best scooters we think in that range. 09 Turbo Wheel Dart is actually the 09. Turbo Wheel Lightning is the 010X. So you've got, again, Zero scooters, everybody kind of just grabs them. The manufacturer will sell to whoever. So if you're starting, no, I shouldn't say that. So I'll say like the Lightning is really different than the 09 because the Lightning is a 10X. So if you go on electric scooter, our electric scooter guide website, and you just go to compare scooters or look at our reviews, you'll see all the differences. They're extremely different, right? 09 is not a beastly off-road scooter. It's a great commuter scooter. 600 watts of power. Turbo Wheel Lightning is like dual 800 or dual 1,000 watt motors with insane suspension, weighs 77 pounds, right? Like this is a different class of scooter. Way less portable, way more fun. Okay. Okay. Next question. I'm looking for an off-road scooter that I can take camping. I'm comparing the Cobo Wolf Warrior 2 versus their 010X. That's a better comparison. The 010X with upgraded battery and off-road tires. So that means the 24 watt hour 010X, which is at $2,150, I think right now online. It is selling. But remember, coupon code electric-scooter.guide, get 10% off of that. With the better battery and tires, the price of the 10X is roughly $500 less. Actually, yeah, I guess with the tires, it might be $500 less. Which, in your opinion, is better scooter for that use? Also, I want to mention something. We chat with Rev Rides all the time. They are now doing hydraulic disc brakes on all 10Xs with the 24 watt hour battery. So if you get it, instead of having to install it yourself, buy the kit for $200 and all this stuff, it's gonna come included. So we're starting to see more and more electric scooters come with hydraulic brakes. We love this. The hydraulic brakes are fantastic. So you will actually also get hydraulic brakes, and then you'll be similar to the Wolf Warrior's hydraulic brakes. So if I were to, so the 10X with hydraulic brakes and the 10X, the Wolf Warrior, you also need to ask for the off-road tires. What are the main differences? So main differences are the head-to-head. Wolf Warrior is a little more expensive. It's like $2,900 or $3,000. 10X is like $2,150. You can get that down below $2,000 with our coupon code. So the price difference is significant. Okay, so understand you're looking at a $2,000 scooter versus a $3,000 scooter. With that said, the Wolf Warrior is way less portable at 101 pounds. The 10X is actually only 77 pounds. So, right, the picking up the Wolf Warrior and the length of the Wolf Warrior is just massive. So, for portability, the 10X wins hands down. Neither of them have the stem lock when it's in the folded position, which kind of sucks, but you can still pick them both up okay. The Wolf is going to have a much larger battery. The suspension will be about the same because the 10X suspension is fantastic. You get way more power on the Wolf. I mean, 5,400, I think, max watts and like maximum power or whatever. The Wolf Warrior has the same motors as the Dualtron Thunder, which is almost $4,000 scooter. The 10X is just a little less than that. It's like, I think it's 2,000 nominal, 3,200, something like that max. So it's still ridiculously fast, and it's going to get you up the hills of like San Francisco and stuff like that. I know this person is actually looking to off-road it around Folsom Lake here in California. And for that, both of them are fine. Actually, they're both really good. And the 10X will have hydraulic brakes. So the only other difference too is that the stem kind of like mechanism on the 10X does tend to wobble and has a collar style stem. The Wolf Warrior is triple secured pin style that so far has pretty good luck. Hey, eWheels KZ on Instagram. You always tune in. Thanks for tuning in. And so there's really no play at all in the Wolf Warrior. And we really like kind of the dual fork design. There's other differences. Please just read our reviews. Which one would I go with? Gosh, if I had 2,000, the 10X is fantastic. If I have an SUV and a big truck and someone to help me pick up the Wolf Warrior and I had $3,000, then I'd get the Wolf Warrior. Okay, next question. Any electric scooter that we can ride in the snow, rain or snow? So in the snow, we haven't yet tried it. We're this winter, I guess I'll get some off-road tires and see how they do in the snow. I don't recommend riding an electric scooter in the snow until we do that test, because even off-road and gravel and stuff, it's not like a mountain bike. They're not big tires. they make electric scooters that look like they're for off-road, and you can kind of do it, but like compared to a mountain bike, sorry, it's just not the same. The tire size is just way, way, way different. However, in rain, right, there are scooters that can do okay in rain. And the first thing I'll say about rain is that you absolutely need to have pneumatic tires for the rain. Do not go in the rain with solid tires and think you're going to turn anything sharp without spinning and falling. So for sure, get pneumatic tires. On the electric scooter guide comparison chart, you can actually sort by tire type. The other thing is most scooters are unofficially IP54 rated. There's a few that are actually IP54 rated. I think the Mercane wide wheel sold by Fluid Free Rides is officially IP54. Make sure to check with them on that. There is one scooter that they've done some work on, which is now a IP67 rated scooter, except for the throttle display unit, and that is the Emove Cruiser New Edition, which I'm hoping to have really soon. So that is kind of cool. You know, I've gone out in the rain for sure. I just got caught in a rainstorm when I was getting my car oil changed, and I was like riding my scooter around in the meantime, and it started to downpour, and I rode in the rain. It was just fine. The bigger the tires, for sure, pneumatic. Do not get solid tires and think you're gonna ride in the rain. You can't even ride on the side of like a metal grate with a solid tire scooter. It's just totally not the same. There's a reason why cars, bicycles don't use solid tires. Okay. Next question. Where is the Horizon manufactured? How is their customer service? The Horizon is manufactured by Titan out of China, along with every other scooter out there. Even the Boosted Rev, which I have in a box behind me, it came from Shanghai, China, right? So like every scooter, even if you think they're made in the US, they're not. The only ones that are made in the US, I think, is the Works Electric. Those ones, they're like $6,000. I don't know anyone. I think I know a couple people that have them. We haven't tried them yet. But that's the only one, I think. Everybody else is made in China. How is their customer service? So the Horizon, you would get the service if you're in the US through Fluid Free Ride, and their customer service is good. They have plenty of people answering their phones. They did have a little bit long for the response time. It was under 2 days, but not much under 2 days. But we've told since we did this test, a lot of places have improved their customer service, and we need to now we need to now update those things. So expect it to be way less than 2 days now, which is fine. I mean that's the industry right now. Okay, next question. Does the Emove Cruiser have a cruise control function? Well, it would be kind of silly for the Cruiser to not have a cruise control function. It does have a cruise control function. Okay, next question. In your test, did you find the Emove Cruiser noisy? No, not extremely noisy. We have a lot of videos on the Emove Cruiser. The brakes will get a little squeaky after a couple hundred miles, but you just adjust them. You can look at the Emove Cruiser review video. We have a few videos out, but there's one that is like really, really good Emove Cruiser review video. So definitely check that one out where you can kind of hear what it sounds like. It's not extremely noisy. It does make a little noise when you're under a lot of stress, but it's not like people are going to hear you coming. And it's not like you're going to get vibrations like through your body or anything like that. Okay. Has anyone, so these might be newer questions. Yeah. Has anyone bought the Emove Cruiser and wished for more power or climbing ability? Oh, well, that question is for everybody, and that's on our Facebook group right now. So I'm going to see what people say about that. I think it depends on what you're trying to climb, right? We took the first day of our San Francisco road trip, our West Coast road trip. We were in San Francisco. We took out the Dualtron 3, the Dualtron Thunder, and the Emove Cruiser. Not the same for power. The three of us took them to San Francisco. We literally went up and down Lombard Street. Alberto went down Lombard Street with the cars on a scooter. There's some video of that somewhere. The Emove Cruiser gets up the hills, except for the most steep hills of San Francisco. However, it will lag behind a Dualtron Thunder or a Dualtron 3. And it's kind of obvious. It's a 600 watt single motor nominal versus the Thunder, which is like dual nominal, I think 1600 watt motors, maxing at like 5400. The single motor of the Emove Cruiser maxes, I think 1600, 1800, something like that. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong. So yeah, you're looking at a different scooter, right? Emove Cruiser is less expensive. It's made for cruising. It's extremely comfortable. It gets over everything. It doesn't break. So it's awesome. Next question, looking at the Levy, Xiaomi, and GXL V2, what justifies the Levy being more expensive than the rest? Okay, so in order of price, so if you don't know, the GXL is the GoTrax GXL Commuter V2, right? If you're gonna buy the V2 now, and that's $299. The Xiaomi Mi M365 is $399, and the Levy is $499. So what justifies the Levy being more expensive than the rest? So number one, I would say that I think that it actually is fairly priced. So I'll first say that it is fairly priced, and at $500, I would get that scooter over the other ones personally. What makes it worth the $500? So number one is a 350 watt motor versus a 250 watt motor, right? It's whatever percentage more that is, 40% or whatever, more, you will see that in terms of acceleration, hill climbing ability, etc. Swappable battery, there is no other scooter, neither of those two have a swappable battery. So the swappable battery is really, really, really good. It's really well designed. They could have really screwed this one up because it's the first time, but actually, I'm very pleasantly surprised that it's so easy to take in and out. Like, you can't screw it up. It's super simple. There's there's like little springs on the bottom, so you can't smash it in and break something, right? It's awesome. What else? Tubeless pneumatic tires. So actually the GXL and the Xiaomi all have pneumatic tires, which is awesome. And that's why we do recommend both of those at those price ranges. We do think those are the best scooters. But tubeless pneumatic is a level above pneumatic. Easier to fix, less prone to flats, and when you do get flats, literally maybe we did make a video, I will link it. You just like squeeze in some slime and you pump up the tire and you go. Like, I mean, maybe there's punctures you can get where you do have to change the tires, and they'll help you out with that. And they'll even send you tires. And they'll send you videos to like help you out with it, right? With Xiaomi, you're kind of on your own. GoTrax, you will get help. They are a really big company, and so it does take a little longer to get like the second level support. The first level is like a form email. So it's still a good scooter, but it's $300. So like, how much support can you get? Levy is a class act when it comes to that kind of stuff. Would the Levy be good? Next question. Would the Levy be good for an 8-mile commute? Yeah. So with an 8-mile commute, if it's 8 miles each way, to be on the safe side, I would get, unless you're a slowpoke, right? If you're going 10 miles an hour, you're going to be totally fine with the single battery. But if you're like a normal person, and I've seen our stats, right? We're like 99% male, like 80% under the age of 35. Most likely you're going to go in the regular mode and go 15 to 18 miles an hour. If that's the case and it's 8 miles each way, I recommend keeping an extra battery on you that's charged, and then you're fine. And then I absolutely would recommend that scooter. And again, I can't stress enough, I have in my notes here, support is fantastic. You don't know until you have this issue, but you gotta have support. Okay, now we're just on to the kind of final questions before the end of the show here. So, what is the best scooter below 50 pounds, dual brakes, can hold 240 pounds? Wow. Okay. So that's a really good question. And what I want, if you are at your computer right now, what everybody needs to do is go to the electric scooter website. Because this is what I do. I can't, there's 120 scooters we list. And what we do is we go onto our own, to answer these questions, I go onto my own website, type in the criteria that you're looking for, and it will automatically narrow down. Oh, maybe you can't see that, YouTubers. It will automatically narrow down your choices. So if you want a scooter that is 50 pounds max weight, so you just type in 50. with dual motors, 50 pounds. I mean, the one that comes to mind really quick is actually the Dualtron Spider. You're not going to go wrong with that scooter. It's so cool. 50 pounds. Here we go. 50 pounds. And then for dual motor, just make sure that you have 1,000 watts or higher. And then most scooters that are 1,000 watts or higher will actually be dual motor. Okay. What's the other question? 50 pounds, dual brakes can hold. Oh, dual brakes. Oh, sorry. And can hold 240 pounds. Okay. Max weight, 240. So I'm typing in that. So we don't have dual braking on here, but I'll just quickly look through. And I would say that the Emove Cruiser comes close, but I believe it's 55 pounds. The Turbo Wheel Dart and the 09, same scooter. I'm trying to remember if it has dual. Maybe I'll keep this question for next week. I should know this, but I'm just like drawing. I'm like, it's not good to be like on camera with a bunch of lights and answering like questions where I have to think at all. So I'm just looking through. The Spider would be awesome. I would look to, for sure, I would look at the Spider. Maybe the Q Mini by Quawa. Yeah, I would look at those. Okay. I'm going to read some more comments, and otherwise what I want to say is that we want you to all join in at 1:30 for the premiere of the Levy Electric Scooter. So the link is in the video description. So just click that link. It'll say, it'll say it starts in 20 minutes or whatever. So cue that up. I'm going to just check out the YouTube comments to see if I can answer anything before I log off here. I can't see them before I log off here. The other thing is, what I want to say is that, if you haven't done already, I'm about to log off, but subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you can see the latest electric scooter news and reviews, unbiased, tech-driven, very, very good. Someone says, yeah, go Levy. All right, ride sway, yeah. And until then, make sure to wear a helmet, and we'll talk to you all later. Bye-bye.